Good morning, everyone. Today I'm just going to go over my recap on my trades today. Today I was watching Pfizer, Oxy, and Tesla um, on my watch list for today. I'm going to start off with my analysis on PFE. So PFE's daily chart is obviously a long bias at first glance with this ABCD continuation pattern. But what I noticed is that our cam structure was relatively wide. So I was hoping to see if we can get a traverse off of R3 since we were kind of sitting there and who were so high up in the range with wide cams. I was expecting, a relatively a short right at the open. Um, so I was just kind of waiting to see, what was going to happen. And one of my fellow traders called out that R4 had been reached in the last 2 minute candle of the pre-market. So I decided to take a look at it as it was trading right here on at pre-market high. I did not take a short here, which would have been the much better trade. Um, but I didn't really like this volume here. So what I did is I waited for it to lose VWAP. And then once I saw that we were, forming this 5 minute candle here, we rejected VWAP, which at this point was, right up here. And we kind of wicked right off of it. I took a short here as soon as we were losing this daily level. And my goal was to target 3R. 3R was actually supposed to be right around here. But for some reason, when I was looking at my realized P&L, right here was like 26-ish or $26 because that's a 3R for me would be $30. And I was hoping to see if we could lose the S3 level so I can get that 3R. But as soon as we bounced right off the penny, I just went ahead and cut the position. And I made 2.3R, and this was my winner of the day. So from here, at the same time that I had traded PFE, I was also trading Oxy. Now I took a couple trades on Oxy today. One good one and one not so good one, and we'll go over that right now. So at this moment, Oxy, I was sort of expecting there to be, some sort of short. But what I noticed is that we had made a full ATR move here in pre-market all the way down to, past S4, and then we were sort of like holding it here. So I was kind of wanting to see what we would do at the open, in regards to S4 pre-market high, or sorry, pre-market low. So as soon as we bounced here, after having such wide cam structure, and we moved up, I took a position, right as volume came in, and buying on the tape came in. So I took a long. I really wanted the long at the 2 minute high, and I put my stop here, and I was targeting 3R, which was somewhere around 56.19, which we eventually reached. But since my stop was tight, and we started to fail this daily level, I just took a break-even loss on it. Now, the better risk management in this case would have just been to give it the wider stop. If I would have given it the wider stop, I probably would have made 2R on this trade. But since it did not, I did not give it there. I just bailed at the break-even, and I wasn't watching it here where I could have re-entered for a better trade. And unfortunately, that's how that worked out. Now, my second trade on Oxy was not the best trade. I saw that we were, moving from S4 to pre-market low, and then we were, fizzling on low volume. So I was expecting, maybe a bounce off of S3, or see what would happen when we got to, this previous high here, swing high, or this daily level. And so I noticed that once we got into the daily level here, we had formed a hammer on relatively high volume in comparison to the prior candles. So as soon as we made a 5 minute high, I took a long there, put my stop all the way down here. But then, we kind of closed here, and then I saw a big bid at like 55.34 or something like that. So I just cut the position off for $5 loss, half hour loss. So that ended up putting me at 1.7R on the day. But before this trade, I took I was also watching Tesla, as I mentioned. Obviously, a lot of focus on it on the daily chart because of so much going on with this big daily move. So I was hoping to see, what we were gonna do. What I noticed is that we had sort of, we showed weakness at R3. So I was like, okay, maybe we come back up into R3, fail there, pre-market high, fail there, lose R3, and then we're in for a good ride, to S3. But that didn't happen, so I wanted to wait for it to hit the extreme. Now we got really close to S3, but I didn't take the trade at right below S2, and above S3 because I didn't like the way the volume profile was here. So I was convinced that okay, maybe we might sell off into S3, and then we started to move upwards. So I said, okay, the next possible trade opportunity would be a test of this range to see if we move higher, and that's exactly what we did. We tested this range, and I took a long as soon as volume came in with or buying on the tape came in, and there was an ask that popped up on the L2. So I took a long there, put my stop here. and then we started to move upwards nicely. So there was nothing on the L2, so I was really targeting my 3R, which was 11, I believe 1109, right up here, 110909, somewhere around there. So this was my 3R, and as you can see, we never got there. We started to have a pullback here, and once we failed at this level like this, and there was nothing on the L2, the SPY, Tesla was trading with the SPY, so I decided to move my stop to break even, and then I got stopped out of break even. And then of course, we started to move upwards, towards the target, which is something that I maybe should have held to, but I didn't want to risk a full R on this, as I was already at 2.2 R, and they had already seemed pretty tough after missing out on the Oxy trade and making money on that PFE short. So I really just wanted to have a green day today, and I ended the day 1.7 R. Not my best day, but not a particularly easy day either. Not a lot of trade areas were presented cleanly. The Oxy trade could have been the one that had gotten me, to almost 5R on the day, but it didn't work out. So I bailed to break even. I never re-entered, which was a mistake because I wasn't watching it. So I'm ending my day 1.7R. Just gonna take the small green day because nothing else is really presenting itself in a clear fashion. So I will wait for better opportunities for the rest of the week. The goal is to just have consistent days, and like I said, my goal today was to pretty much just trade off the pivots, less off of VWAP, and just trade a lot more off of the levels that I'm confident that I know that I can trade off of. That being pre-market low, pre-market high, PDC, and just a whole bunch of the pivot levels. The extremes, the S4, the R4, and the S3, and the R3. So that's my day. Took about, what was it, 4 trades, 2 trades on Oxy, 1 trade on Tesla, and 1 winner on PFE. And the winner on PFE is the one that got me green on the day. So gonna keep it at a small green day, and hopefully tomorrow and the rest of the week is a better day. So yeah, that's my recap for today. Thanks for tuning in, and hopefully I get to chat with everybody soon. Hopefully everybody had a good trading day, and everybody's trading day was either a green one or one that you can learn from and just get better at trading day by day, because it's a consistent grind, and that's something that I've been learning as I started this live journey. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope to chat with everybody tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye bye.